Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorial. We were into chapter sound, and in this video we'll pick up few questions and discuss about the answers of those questions in detail from NCERT textbook. So we shall start. The first question is, choose the correct answer. Sound can travel through option A, gas only, option B, solid only, option C, liquids only, and D, all three, solids, liquids and gas. First of all, we have to answer what is sound. Sound is a form of energy. So since it's a form of energy, it will travel. Right? The question is, will it travel through gas? Will it travel through solid or liquid? Now, how does sound produce? Sound produced because of vibrations. There has to be something to vibrate. So we have in gas particles vibrate, in solid again particles vibrate, and in liquids again, of course they are bit far away in gas, in solid they are very close, and in liquid they are bit far away, not like gas. So wherever there is a matter, by matter I mean particles, there will be vibration, and whenever there is a vibration, that is how the sound pass through. The answer is solid, liquid and gas. In all the three mediums, sound pass. So this is the answer. Next question. Voice of which of the following is likely to have a minimum frequency? So please note, minimum frequency is asked, not maximum frequency. And what is frequency? Number of vibrations in 1 second, right? So whose vibrations are more, then we call it as high frequency sound, and whose vibrations are very less, then we call it as low frequency sound. So we have to find out minimum frequency here. So out of the 4 options, we are sure that baby girl's vocal cord vibrates very fast. So baby girl will have a high frequency. And then boy also, women also, but what is left here is man. Man will have, out of these 4, a minimum frequency. Right? So what is the answer here? Man. Next question. In the following statement, tick T against those which are true and F against those which are false. So basically it's a true and false question. So the first one is, sound cannot travel in vacuum. Right? So we have to write whether it's T or F. Now first thing we have understood that sound is because of vibration, right? Sound is because of vibration, and it travels through vibrations only. And when it is traveling through vibration, what should vibrate? Medium should vibrate. And what are the mediums? Mediums are solid, liquid and gas. because they contain particles, right? Or you can call it as atoms or molecules or so on. So when the medium vibrates, the sound travels. If medium itself is not there, then that is called vacuum. So in vacuum there is nothing, no matter present. When there is no matter present, there is no vibration. And when there is no vibration, no sound will travel. So sound cannot travel in vacuum is true. It cannot travel in vacuum. So we have to write T. Next question is number of oscillations per second. I repeat, number of oscillations per second of a vibrating object is called its time period. So we'll discuss on these questions now. Okay, many of you must be knowing the answers. However, we shall discuss again this answer. So number of oscillations per second. So for example, I had explained you about a pendulum. So if this is a pendulum, right? So from here, if you consider its starting position, right? And if it goes here and then comes back, that's a one oscillation or one vibration, right? You can call it as oscillation as well as vibration. You can starting position from here also, okay, from this position. Now when it goes from here to here to here, how much time is taken to go for time taken for what? To complete one vibration. That is called time period. But what is said here is number of oscillations per second is called time period. So what do you feel? It's a wrong sentence, right? So we have to write F against here and T here. Okay, so this is a wrong sentence because number of oscillations per second is called by the term frequency, not time period. The right, actually it's a frequency, not time period. Time period is time taken for one oscillation. I hope you have understood it, right? We'll go for the next question. If the amplitude of vibration is large, sound is feeble. So we have already discussed in the previous video that amplitude is related to loudness. Right? What do you mean by feeble? Feeble is a voice which is not loud. It's a low voice, low volume. And what is amplitude? Amplitude, if you can take a pendulum here, right? And it starts from, let's say here, it starts from here and then it goes here and then it comes back here and then again it goes back. So amplitude is from here to here, maximum displacement. Maximum displacement. Now in case of wave, if you can draw a wave roughly here, now that wave moves to trough and crest and trough and crest. So what is the maximum displacement? This is the maximum displacement, right? So this can be called as amplitude. So if this is more, then it is loud, right? But what is written here, if the amplitude of the vibration is large, then it has to be loud, right? Not feeble. So this is again false, right? So the next question. For human ears, the audible range is 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz. Right. What do you mean by 20 Hertz? 20 Hertz means 20 oscillations or vibrations per second. And so as 20,000 hertz, you have to write 20,000 hertz here, 20,000 vibrations per second. That is what we have studied, that we can, a human being can hear, right? So we all can hear the frequencies between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, and that is called audible range of human hearing. So we can hear a frequency sound of range 20 hertz to 20. That's what is 20,000. That's what is told here. For human ears, the audible range is 20 hertz to 20,000. So it's true, very much true. Right. Well, the next question is, the lower the frequency of vibration, the higher the pitch. First, let us understand what is the meaning of pitch, right? Pitch and frequency are one and same. When we say high frequency voice, it is actually high pitch voice. So please remember, high pitch means high frequency. So when we refer pitch, we refer only high or low. But when we refer frequency, we express it in hertz. That's only the difference. So basically pitch indicates the level of frequency. Well, now read question again. Lower the frequency, higher the pitch. But what we know is, higher the frequency, higher the pitch. So what is said here in the statement is completely wrong. Lower the frequency of vibration should be lower the pitch. So it's a false statement. Now next question is noise pollution. In the previous video we have discussed in detail, may cause partial hearing impairment. Means our hearing ability will come down, right? Hearing impairment means will not be so sensitive in hearing. When we were young, we could listen even the smallest volume, right? But now as we grow old, so our hearing sensitivity will slow down. And what is noise? Noise is unpleasant sound. And unpleasant sound, if it is loud, it's very much annoying. Okay, when the sound travels, unpleasant sound travels in the air and enters your ear, right? It has to pass through the ear canal and then it has to hit onto a eardrum. So continuous bombardment of this energy on eardrum, okay, in case of noise pollution will definitely affect our hearing. So it may cause, it is written, it may cause a partial hearing impairment. Hearing problem will come, right? The noise level around more than 90 decibels, okay, will definitely harm if it is exposed, if we get ourselves exposed for more time. So last sentence is true. Well, we shall discuss the remaining questions of this chapter in the next video tutorials. Till then, stay fit, stay healthy. Thank you.